Hey guys, so new year, new me, more YouTube content. At least that was one of my aims for this year. So I put a question sticker on my Instagram story saying what kind of YouTube content you guys would want to see. And one of the most highly requested videos was what I'm going to film now, so it was an assumptions video. Don't bite me. I promise my horse isn't normally this horrible to me. He thinks that I have food because I gave him a treat to get him to actually stick his head over the stable door. And now he's just gonna keep biting me, so. Oh, no, okay, he's bored of this already. Good start, Merlin. So I got my Instagram followers to send their assumptions in on my Instagram story. So I've actually got loads on my phone. There was literally so many of them, so I'm sorry if I don't do them all or answer your one. I'm just going to scroll randomly and pick some. Okay, let's start with an easy one. Some of these are intense. I mean, I did say, like, be as savage as you want, so I kind of signed myself up for that one. Okay, this one's quite easy. So, someone says you prefer horses to people. Yeah, probably. I don't know, I'm quite sociable as in, like, I can talk to anybody and I can get on with most people, but I also do quite like time by myself. I'm quite like a independent person, and yeah, my favourite like part of the day would be just with my horse and with nobody else, I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, probably do prefer the horses to people. What's the next one? Ooh, you were popular at school. Depends on your definition of popular. Like, I had quite a big friendship group and I kind of got on with most people, but like I said, I do tend to keep myself to myself, especially at school, because I wanted to work really hard, and yeah, I was kind of keeping myself to myself a little bit, but I wouldn't say I was unpopular. I don't know. I hope no one from school watches this, because then I will be unpopular. So, I got a treat for Merlin because I wanted him back to answer this one, which says that you don't ever want to sell Merlin. And if he keeps biting me, then the answer to this will be very different, but at the moment, no, I don't ever want to sell him. He's 21 now, and I've had him for 6 years. We had like 4 years eventing together, and now he's just having a bit more of a quiet life. But no, I don't ever want to sell him. He's my best friend, and he knows exactly what he can get away with, which clearly is quite a lot. Yeah, I wouldn't ever sell him. I might have to loan him out in future if I don't have time or anything to work him, but my parents love him too, so he's not going to go anywhere permanently. No. Let's pick another one. You spend a lot of time on social media. My mum would be straight in there with a yes, like far too much time. But yeah, I probably do spend quite a lot of time, especially on Instagram, obviously. I spend quite a lot of time creating content for you guys, because that's what I love doing. I love like photography and videoing and thinking of content ideas. And I also spend a lot of time just like interacting with everyone I follow and all of my followers. So I like going through your posts and commenting on them and just seeing what you're all up to, really. I'm quite nosy. Just like having a good nose about what everyone else is doing in their life. Okay. You don't like people who make fun of beginner riders. Like, obviously not, no. I don't really like people who make fun of anyone in general. So, especially with, beginner riders, I think everybody just seems to forget that they once were a beginner. Like, people are so harsh on some people's riding on Instagram, and it's just awful to see because, like, you are not perfect either, so you can't just critique other people when you used to be like that, probably. Another pet peeve of mine is when people hate on people that go to riding schools, because I went to a riding school until I was 11, and I never had my own pony until I was 11, and I learnt so much at the riding school. So I think it's unfair when people just think, like, oh, if you go to a riding school, you're not going to be that good a rider, or you're not going to be, like, as experienced a rider as someone who has their own pony, because I just don't think that's true. You're meant to be the star of the show. No, you're not just getting food. Go away. Let me pick another one. So, this one is a controversial one. Quite a lot of people have said it as well, is that the assumption that I'm rich. So, me, like, personally, no, I'm not rich. I before COVID, worked 3 jobs to fund my, like, university accommodation, my food, my travel, like, back from uni and back. Anything I want for myself I have to pay for, and anything, like, additional for the horses I have to pay for. But I am very lucky that my parents both work so hard, and they work long hours, and we have such a nice house with stables, and I can afford to keep the horses because my parents obviously work so hard and pay for their food and their bedding and, like, the essential things they need, and then I pay for anything else that I want them to have. So yeah, I guess quite a lot of people would class us as rich, but because of the horses, really, we can't, like, just splash money on anything, especially with this one having his operation recently. He's so naughty, he's gonna bite my hair. Merlin, you're embarrassing me. Especially with this one having an operation recently, we are definitely running a bit low on money at the moment. But yeah, I'm very grateful for everything I have. No, apart from Merlin, he's literally just bitten my finger. He does this in every vlog. I need to train my horse better. Merlin! Okay. You prefer Merlin to Ted? Well, I thought I did before he bit me. No, I do prefer Merlin to Ted. I know there'll be people that say that it's unfair to say that I like one of my horses more than the other, but I do. It's like when parents say they don't have a favourite child, they definitely do, and it's probably not you if you think that they don't. No, I'm joking, but yeah, Merlin, despite his weirdness, my camera just stopped recording, but I can't really remember what I was talking about, but yes, I've had Merlin for longer, and I don't know, he's kind of more friendly on the ground, so yeah, I probably do prefer this biting idiot of a horse to Ted. Sorry, Ted. Okay, so next one. Merlin, go away. No, go away. You want to ride as a job? I'm pretty sure everyone would just say the same to this question, that, like, in an ideal world, yeah, I would be a professional eventer and I would train horses and sell horses and ride like around badminton professionally as my main job. Obviously, I don't think that's going to happen because it's just like financially kind of impossible. But I would like to keep riding and I would like to like continue going up the levels, but more as a hobby and as a job. So I'm at uni doing psychology and like criminology stuff. So I want to go into the police probably, but I'm not sure. Someone's put you're really clever, which thank you. I did not think I came across as clever, but that's no. I wouldn't say I'm really clever. I work really hard, especially at like uni work and at school work. I work really hard as well, just because I want to do well. I'm quite motivated to do well. I would say that I'm quite clever in terms of like English and essay writing and psychology. I find comes quite naturally to me. But I have stats modules at the moment that I am just like cannot do at all. And I actually had a tutor for my like A-level physics I did because I couldn't do the maths side of it and I really struggled with GCSE maths as well. I'm just not good with numbers at all, like even some simple additions, can't do them, like makes me freak out inside. Can't even say the word maths because, fun fact about me, I can't say that like TH sound, the one where you stick your tongue out, maths. So I just say M-A-S-S, so can't say it, can't do it, forget about it. You sometimes promote things you don't like or actually use. I hope you guys don't think that. No, not at all. I don't think that I've ever promoted something that I've not used myself and I don't actually like myself, because at the end of the day I don't do this for money, I do this for fun. So what's the point in like telling you guys to go buy something that you're going to buy and it's going to be like rubbish? That would just be kind of embarrassing and hypocritical, and no, not at all. Everything that I promote, I use and I love. You're an only child, so no, I'm not an only child. I have an older brother called Dom who is 23, and yeah, that's about all there is to say about him really. He's not horsey or anything, he doesn't ride. He likes the horses, kind of, but is also a bit secretly scared of them. But yeah, we get on really well. He's obviously living away from home at the moment, working, so yeah. You went to a private school. I did go to a private primary school. I had an academic scholarship there once I like reached year 3 or something. So yeah, I did go to a private primary school, and then when I was 11, I sat the like 11 plus exam, which if you're not English, you won't know what it is, but England. And then I got into a grammar school for my like secondary school. So not private for secondary school, but a grammar school, and I stayed there for sixth form and then went on to university. You make money off of social media. So I kind of just mentioned this. Merlin, you're so grumpy. He likes this ear being scratched. Only this ear, not the other ear. But he'll stand here for hours where I just scratch this ear. What was the question? I make money off social media. I can make a bit, like I sometimes get paid to promote things, but like I said, I only accept that offer if it's a product that I've wanted to try or that I want to use or that I've already used. And then I do occasionally get asked to do like paid kind of shout outs, like paid promo for just accounts to try and help them build their audience. But I don't make any viable income off it, not very much money at all really. And that's not really my aim with it. I don't want to like monetize myself. I just do it for fun, and any money goes straight back into this one. So, just had to check the camera was still recording, because otherwise I'm talking for no purpose. But it is, so we're good. Well, you don't really have a bond with Ted and wish you hadn't bought him. No. I'm preferring him to Merlin at the moment. No, I'm glad I bought Ted. He has taught me so much, and he is an incredible horse. I don't know about the bond with him. I'd say I definitely have a bond with him now. It's quite a good bond with him now. He's being like a bit naughty at the moment, but we'll forget about that. And yeah, I have bonded with him quite a lot over lockdown, spending a lot of time with him, like not rushing to go eventing and go training and do this and do that, just kind of chilling and having time to like play and have fun. Before this year, I would say that I really did struggle to bond with him. He's not the most affectionate on the ground. He is when he's sleepy and he's lying down in his stable, then he can be really cuddly. But most of the time, he doesn't like his face being touched. He doesn't really like being groomed. He's quite like fussy about what you do around him. So it was much harder to make a bond with him than this one, who is just like up for anything, always in a good mood. But I would say I definitely do have a bond with him now. And I do wish that I had maybe known more about him before I bought him, because we bought him and then we kind of figured out a lot of issues that were going on. But let go of my zip. But no, I'm very happy that I bought him, and he has taught me a lot, and we love him very much. He's actually Dad's favourite, so. Not you, you're not Dad's favourite, because you're rude. Okay, you don't have a boyfriend. No, that's wrong. I do have a boyfriend. He's called Joe. I'm pretty sure he's probably been on my Instagram like once or twice, but he actually takes a lot of my photos for me, so he's normally the guy behind the camera. Random one, but you're not English, you don't look it. No, I'm not like fully English. I'm partially English because my mum, on her side, but my dad is, I mean, you might see him at some point, but he is a whole mix of things, but basically just, he's Arabic, like Lebanese and all around there. And I look a lot like him. I mean, this is probably the palest I've been possibly my whole life since COVID and not allowing like holidays or anything. I'm normally a lot more tan than this because I tan really easily like him, and he's quite like dark complexion. So yeah, who knew that a camera stops recording after 10 minutes? Because I definitely didn't. But let's get another question now we've got the camera back going. Can I help you? Oh boy. Yes. There's one here that says you sometimes wish you didn't have horses, and I'd say that's definitely not true. I don't think I've ever thought about quitting. And there's definitely like mornings maybe after I've gone to a party and I'm really tired where I just don't want to get up at 8 AM to do the horses, but you have to. But I wouldn't say I've ever like wanted to actually stop having horses. I like that they give me a routine, because if I don't feel like I'm like doing something and achieving something with my day, then I can get really quite like fidgety and My dog just legged it across there for some reason. But yeah, if I feel like I don't have like something to do, then I get quite stressed out by that. I like having to get up early, and I like having to do the horses and sort them out, and then that makes me feel like all productive and ready to start my day, really. You are really body confident. So that's a difficult one, really. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm insecure, but I mean, I'm not overly body confident. Here in my 100 layers, I keep putting my coat down because I think it's like puffing out. But I'm not like really insecure at all. I think that I kind of adopt the phrase, or like saying whatever, like fake it till you make it. So if you fake that you're confident, then you start to feel more confident. But I'm definitely more confident in certain situations. So like wearing my kind of clothes, so like trousers and quite like baggy jumpers almost, that's my style. That's what I feel most comfortable and most confident in. If you take me out of that situation, so for things where you have to like dress up, like prom, like wearing a dress and having to wear makeup and all of that stuff, that made me feel really, really like insecure and like constantly checking that I looked okay. But yeah, I wouldn't say I'm overly body confident, but I'm also definitely not that insecure. I'm definitely not as insecure as I used to be, and I think that's just something that's improved as I've got older. One here says your parents give you everything you want. That's again a hard one to answer because I have a lot and I'm really grateful for what I have, and my parents have given me like so much, but they don't just give me everything I want. Like, I wouldn't say I'm spoiled. I work my jobs to buy things that I want for myself. So I work jobs to fund myself at university, buy my food, buy my petrol, buy any like clothes or stationery or anything I need, and buy anything for the horses that I want. But then obviously my parents they are really generous and they do help me out if ever I need help, but they don't just like throw money at me. One says you are very hard on yourself when it comes to your riding. I would say that I can be quite hard on myself. I can be quite, perfectionist. So if I think I'm not riding very well, or if I think something is going wrong and it's not exactly how I want it to be, then I will get quite like frustrated by that. But I do think that I'm a capable rider. I may not be the prettiest one, but I'm like capable and I'm quiet, and I don't know, I think I'm probably a bit more hard on myself and my riding since Instagram. That's maybe one of the negatives, because before I post a video I'm constantly checking it, like, is anyone going to have anything to say about my riding in this? Like, maybe my lower leg is bad over this jump or things like that, and I am constantly checking that. But I also have started posting more fails and more videos where I just don't think I'm riding very well, but you know, it's my account, who cares really? I know I can ride, and I know that it's like situation dependent, so you can't just look at one video and tell me that I'm a bad rider. So yeah, I can be quite hard on myself, but I'm working on it. On selling or buying a horse soon? Not soon, I wouldn't say. If all goes to plan, I will hopefully be going on my placement year from uni in September, which might involve going abroad. I'm not sure yet. And obviously if that is the case, then Ted will be sold or loaned out. They're probably sold. And then I will buy a new horse when I get back. Merlin will not be going anywhere. but that's September and we might not even get our placement year at this rate, so who knows. One says, all your friends are horsey. I do have, like, most of my horsey friends, to be honest, are from, like, Instagram. Like, I've made so many friends on Instagram, and I'm in lots of group chats with guys that I get on really well with, and if we want to talk horses, like, if I want to talk horses, that is who I would go to. Because, yeah, my uni friends and my school friends, not really horsey at all. You wish you didn't have a big social media following. Not at all. No, I'm really grateful for you guys, and I actually love having a social media following. I love, like, photography, and I always have loved photography, but I'm actually getting into this vlogging thing, believe it or not, and I started a blog, and I just love having, like, kind of a hobby on the side that is my social media, and it just gives me something else to do, and it's something I really enjoy doing. So I'm glad that there's people that enjoy the content that I produce, I guess. And obviously it has given me some amazing opportunities, so the brands I get to work with and the people I've met, it's just, yeah, really amazing. I feel like I've done so many of these, and this vlog is going to be so long. So I'm going to pick one final one. Your parents are horsey and help you out with the yard. So my mum is horsey. She has her own horse at home, but, like, just a happy hacker. She doesn't compete or anything. And then my dad isn't kind of horsey in that sense, but he drives me to all of my events because mum gets too nervous to go. And well, they're both really amazing at helping out around the yard. So when I'm at uni, I obviously only come home like 3 or 4 days a week to do the jobs and to help out and to ride, because otherwise it's just not really feasible. So those other days they do everything for the horses. Mum doesn't ride either of my two because she's quite like a nervous rider, but she'll look after them, and Dad will look after them as well. And yeah, I'm really lucky that they both help me out around the yard. And then when I'm home, like, I've been home for a month or so now for the holidays and, like, the lockdowns and stuff, so then I try and do as much of it as I can. I mean, on my mum's days off she comes and helps me, but yeah, when I'm home I try and do as much as I can to try and, like, balance it out, because they do so much when I'm not here. I'm gonna leave it at that because this video is probably going to be way longer than I thought it was going to be anyway. Merlin is being so grumpy today, but thank you to everyone that sent in assumptions, and I hope I, like, answered some of your questions. And yeah, stay tuned for another video. I've got lots of ideas now, so thank you for watching. What's this?